Hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining Deliberate Evil today. I'm Jo Marie, and I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. Today's case is a tragic story out of Virginia. A young girl murdered, taken from her family before she even had the chance to grow up, and her killer ultimately managing to escape justice. In the beginning of April, the Fairfax County Police Department in Virginia announced that they had solved the cold case murder of a 12-year-old girl.
Karen Lee Spencer was born to parents Elmo and Marion Spencer on December 11, 1959. She was a student at Hayfield Secondary School in the Huntington area of Fairfax County. Karen Lee Spencer was murdered nearly 50 years ago in her hometown. November 29, 1972 was the last time Karen was seen alive. Just a few short days later, on December 2nd, Karen's battered body was found in a wooded area in what was at the time known as Pfeiffer's Field. According to the Mount Vernon Gazette, Karen had often played and hung out in Pfeiffer's Field with kids in the neighborhood. The place that had brought Karen and her friends joy would become the place where Karen's murderer had dumped her body as though she was something that could be discarded and thrown away. The large open field would later become home to the Huntington Metro Station. Karen's body was found 10 days from what would have been her 13th birthday. The horrific discovery was made by a group of boys. Fox 5 in Washington, D.C. reports an annual carnival that was held in the field had just left town. The boys had come to see what might have been left behind by the carnival. One of the boys was Joe DeLauder, who was then 11 years old. One of DeLauder's friends was the one who actually spotted what he thought to be a mannequin, but he wasn't really sure. The boy went and got his father to come and take a look. The father realized the true nature of the gruesome discovery the boys had made. He sent them running to the nearest police station. A newspaper clipping from the Winchester Evening Star, published at the time of the murder, describes Karen's body as half nude and partially disrobed. It says some parts of the body were covered by grass and leaves. Fox 5 reports that the memory of finding the body has haunted DeLauder, always staying with him. DeLauder says it was emotional and it was devastating. Karen had been beaten and brutalized. Her last moments must have been filled with pain and fear and horror. But Fox 5 reports that they learned what happened to Karen was far worse. They say police requested specific details of the crime not be revealed because those are details only certain people would know, like the killer, and those the killer might have confided in. An autopsy showed that Karen's cause of death was a repeated blunt force trauma to the upper body. In the years and decades that followed Karen's murder, investigators would come up with a few suspects they believed could have been responsible. One of those suspects was James Jimmy Edwards. The then 16-year-old Edwards was reported to be Karen's boyfriend at the time of the murder. According to Fox 5, police say information they received at the time indicated that the pair may have broken up prior to Karen's death. Edwards told police at the time he had nothing to do with Karen's death. A major lead would come for investigators in the summer of 2018. That's when two people who knew Edwards would go to detectives with a secret he had revealed to them. Back in the 1990s, Edward had told two different people that when he was a teenager, he had killed a girl and buried her body in a field. Over the next year and a half, detectives would work to prove that this was indeed the case. They received more tips that implicated Edwards as the one who had killed Karen. In December of 2019, the Fairfax County Office of the Commonwealth's Attorney determined that investigators had gathered sufficient evidence to support the arrest and prosecution of Edwards. But that wouldn't happen because Edwards had died a free man back in 1997.
Alright, everyone, thank you so much for watching Deliberate Evil again today, and I'll see you next time.